Have you ever looked at a struggling plant and convinced yourself it was beyond saving? The leaves are hanging lifelessly, the stems seem weak, and the soil feels either completely dried out or overly saturated. At first glance, it may appear that the plant's life is coming to an end. But before you give up on it, consider this. Many plants that look dead are actually still alive. They're simply suffering from stress, improper care, or unfavorable growing conditions. In this video, I'll share 5 simple yet highly effective techniques that can help revive a declining plant and restore its health. The best part is that these methods don't require expensive products, specialized equipment, or complicated gardening knowledge. With patience, proper care, and a better understanding of what your plant is trying to tell you, remarkable recoveries are often possible. So don't throw away that sad-looking plant just yet. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to help it recover and why these methods work so well. Let's begin with one of the most important steps of all. Because surprisingly often, a plant that appears to be dying isn't dead at all. It's simply struggling because its basic needs aren't being met properly. 1. The water recovery method, giving roots a fresh start. When a plant begins to decline, most people assume it needs more water. The leaves droop, growth slows, and the vibrant green color fades. Naturally, many gardeners respond by watering more frequently. It seems like the obvious solution. Unfortunately, that's often exactly what makes the problem worse. Overwatering is one of the most common reasons indoor plants fail. Roots require both water and oxygen to survive. Healthy soil contains countless tiny air pockets that allow roots to breathe. When soil remains constantly wet, those pockets disappear. Without oxygen, roots begin to suffocate, weaken, and eventually rot. As root rot develops, the entire plant suffers. Damaged roots can no longer absorb water and nutrients efficiently, causing leaves to wilt despite the abundance of moisture surrounding them. Rotting roots typically appear dark brown, black, or slimy, and may produce an unpleasant odor. Once the root system begins failing, the visible parts of the plant soon follow. Fortunately, there is often a way to intervene before it's too late. The first step is carefully removing the plant from its container. Work slowly and gently to avoid causing additional stress. If the root ball is tightly packed, loosen the soil gradually with your fingers and ease the plant out. Once removed, inspect the roots carefully. Healthy roots are usually firm and light in color, often white, cream, or pale tan. Damaged roots are soft, dark, mushy, or easily broken apart. Using a clean pair of sterilized scissors, trim away every section that shows signs of decay. Leaving rotted roots behind can allow the problem to continue spreading throughout the root system. Next comes the recovery treatment. Fill a clean container with room temperature water and add approximately 1 teaspoon of hydrogen peroxide for every cup of water. This solution introduces oxygen into the root zone while helping reduce harmful microbes. Place the roots into the mixture and allow them to soak for approximately 15 minutes. This brief treatment helps refresh stressed roots and creates a healthier environment for recovery. Afterward, remove the plant and place it on a clean towel for about an hour. This allows excess moisture to evaporate before replanting. One mistake many people make at this stage is returning the plant to the same soil. Old soil may contain fungal spores, harmful bacteria, decomposed organic matter, or lingering root rot pathogens. Reusing it often recreates the original problem. Instead, prepare a fresh growing mix with excellent drainage and airflow. Materials such as perlite, pumice, coarse sand, or small gravel can help improve soil structure and prevent future waterlogging. When repotting, keep the soil loose rather than compacted. Position the plant carefully, cover the roots gently, and firm the soil only enough to provide support. After repotting, avoid watering immediately. Waiting about 24 hours allows freshly cut roots to recover before encountering additional moisture. Over the following days and weeks, watch closely for signs of improvement. Leaves may gradually become firmer. Yellowing may slow. New growth points may begin developing. Eventually, fresh shoots or young leaves often emerge, indicating that the root system is becoming functional again. The transformation can be remarkable. Plants that once appeared completely hopeless often recover beautifully once their roots receive oxygen, proper drainage, and a healthier growing environment. The next time a plant begins looking weak, resist the urge to solve every problem with more water. Take time to inspect the root system first. Sometimes what the plant needs most is not more moisture, but the ability to breathe again. 2. Leaf restoration, helping your plant. Recover its strength. A plant's leaves reveal an incredible amount about its health. Yellowing foliage, curled edges, brown patches, and drooping stems are often early warning signs that something isn't right. While these symptoms may look alarming, they don't necessarily mean the plant is beyond recovery. In many cases, careful pruning and cleaning can dramatically improve its condition. Begin by examining the plant closely. Using clean, sharp scissors, remove leaves that are completely dead, heavily damaged, or mostly brown. These leaves continue consuming valuable energy even though they contribute little to the plant's recovery. Removing them allows the plant to redirect resources toward healthy tissue and new growth. Think of it as helping the plant focus its limited energy where it matters most. After pruning, it's time to clean the remaining foliage. Dust, oils, mineral deposits, and even microscopic pests gradually accumulate on leaves over time. This buildup can interfere with photosynthesis and reduce the plant's ability to exchange gases efficiently. A simple cleaning solution works wonders. Mix a few drops of mild liquid soap or neem oil into lukewarm water. Dip a soft cloth, microfiber towel, or cotton pad into the solution and gently wipe both sides of each healthy leaf. This process removes dust, residue, pest eggs, and sticky buildup while helping the leaves function more effectively. Avoid drenching the foliage. Excess moisture left sitting on leaves may encourage fungal issues or spotting. Instead, gently support each leaf while cleaning it carefully. Many plants immediately look healthier afterward. Their leaves often regain a brighter appearance, stronger color, and natural shine once the surface is free from debris. Next, focus on lighting. After pruning and cleaning, avoid exposing a recovering plant to harsh, direct sunlight. Stressed plants often perform better in bright, indirect light while rebuilding their energy reserves. This environment allows photosynthesis to continue without placing additional strain on damaged tissues. This strategy is particularly effective for tropical houseplants such as monstera, peace lily, calathea, philodendron, and many other species that naturally grow beneath forest canopies. Within days or weeks, you may begin noticing new leaves emerging from the center of the plant. These fresh growth points are encouraging signs that recovery is underway. Humidity can further accelerate the process. Many indoor plants thrive when surrounded by slightly more humid air. A pebble tray filled with water, occasional misting around the plant, or grouping plants together can create a more favorable microclimate. As humidity increases, leaves often remain healthier, softer, and less prone to browning around the edges. Gradually, the entire plant begins to change. The foliage becomes more upright, colors intensify, new growth appears. What once looked weak and exhausted begins showing signs of vitality again. Because when leaves are clean, healthy, and able to absorb light efficiently, the plant's entire energy system functions more effectively. Sometimes the road to recovery isn't complicated at all. A little pruning, a gentle cleaning, proper light, and a bit of patience can completely transform a struggling plant and help it regain its strength once more. 3. Root restoration, rebuilding plant health. From the ground up. When a plant starts showing signs of decline, most people immediately focus on what they can see above the soil. Yellow leaves, drooping stems, and fading flowers usually get all the attention. Yet in many cases, the true source of the problem lies hidden beneath the surface. By the time visible symptoms appear, the root system is often already under stress. Roots perform nearly every critical function that keeps a plant alive. They absorb water, gather nutrients, store energy reserves, and anchor the plant securely in place. In many ways, they serve as the plant's life support system. When roots become damaged, compacted, diseased, or affected by rot, the entire plant begins to struggle. No amount of sunlight, fertilizer, or watering can compensate for an unhealthy root system. That's why this recovery method focuses on restoring the foundation first. Step 1. Inspect the roots thoroughly. Begin by carefully removing the plant from its container. Avoid pulling forcefully on the stems or foliage. Instead, tap the sides of the pot, loosen the soil gradually, and gently work the root ball free. If necessary, rinse away excess soil using lukewarm water so the roots become clearly visible. Once exposed, examine them carefully. Healthy roots are generally light-colored, ranging from white to cream or pale tan. They feel firm, resilient, and well-developed. Damaged roots look very different. They may appear dark brown or black, feel soft and mushy, and often release an unpleasant odor associated with decay. Using a clean, sterilized pair of scissors or pruning shears, remove every section that shows signs of disease or rot. Even if this means trimming a significant portion of the root system, it is often necessary. A plant can recover surprisingly well with fewer healthy roots, but infected roots will continue spreading problems if left behind. Step 2. Give the roots a cleansing treatment. After pruning away damaged tissue, it's time to refresh the remaining healthy roots. Fill a clean container with fresh water and add approximately 1 teaspoon of activated charcoal. Submerge the roots and allow them to soak for around 10 minutes. Activated charcoal is valued for its ability to absorb impurities while helping create a cleaner environment around vulnerable roots. Many gardeners use it as a gentle way to reduce the presence of unwanted microorganisms and improve overall root zone health. After soaking, place the plant on a clean towel and allow the roots to rest for 30 to 60 minutes. The goal is not to dry them completely, but rather to allow excess moisture to evaporate, while giving freshly cut areas time to recover. This brief resting period helps reduce stress and lowers the likelihood of future infection. Step 3. Replant into a fresh growing medium. Once the roots have been cleaned and refreshed, prepare a new soil mix suited to the plant's needs. Succulents and cacti benefit from coarse, fast-draining mixes containing sand, pumice, or grit. Tropical houseplants often thrive in blends based on cocoa coir or peat moss that hold moisture while maintaining airflow. Herbs and flowering plants generally perform best in fertile, loamy soil rich in organic matter. Before planting, many experienced gardeners add a small amount of ground cinnamon, either to the root zone or lightly into the planting hole. Cinnamon is often used as a natural antifungal aid and may help protect freshly trimmed roots while the plant reestablishes itself. Position the plant carefully, spread the roots naturally, and fill around them with fresh soil. Avoid compacting the soil excessively. Healthy roots require both moisture and oxygen, and loose soil encourages proper root development. Step 4. Reintroduce water. Carefully after repotting, resist the urge to water immediately. Waiting approximately 24 hours gives the roots time to settle and recover from pruning. When it's time to water, do so slowly and thoroughly until excess moisture drains from the bottom of the container. From that point forward, avoid allowing the plant to sit in standing water. Constantly wet conditions are often what caused the original decline. Over the next couple of weeks, begin watching for signs of improvement. Leaves may become firmer. Stems may regain strength. New roots may begin developing beneath the soil. Eventually, fresh white root tips and new foliage often appear, signaling that recovery is underway. Once the roots regain their health, the rest of the plant frequently follows. Growth becomes stronger, foliage regains color, and flowering often resumes with renewed vigor. When a struggling plant seems beyond saving, remember that the solution is often hidden underground. By restoring root health, you give the entire plant a chance to rebuild itself from the inside out. 4. Rejuvenating the soil, restoring lost nutrients and microbial life. Not every struggling plant is suffering from disease. Sometimes the problem is much simpler. Sometimes the plant is merely growing in exhausted soil. Many gardeners think of soil as little more than a medium that holds roots in place. In reality, healthy soil is a living ecosystem filled with beneficial organisms that support plant growth every day. Bacteria, fungi, microorganisms, and countless microscopic life forms work continuously beneath the surface, helping plants access nutrients and maintain healthy growth. Over time, however, that living system can become depleted. Repeated watering gradually washes nutrients away. Potting mixes lose structure and vitality. Excessive synthetic fertilizer use may even create salt buildup that interferes with nutrient uptake. As a result, plants can become nutrient deficient even when fertilizer is present. This recovery method focuses not only on feeding the plant, but on restoring the health of the soil itself. Revitalize the surface layer. Start by gently loosening the top inch of soil. There's no need for aggressive digging. Simply breaking up the hardened surface improves airflow and helps water penetrate more effectively. This small action alone often stimulates microbial activity by increasing oxygen availability beneath the soil surface. Prepare a gentle organic feeding solution. Create a simple nutrient-rich mixture using 1 teaspoon of seaweed extract or fish emulsion, 1 tablespoon of compost or worm castings, 1 liter of lukewarm water. Seaweed and fish-based fertilizers provide trace minerals, natural growth stimulants, and micronutrients that support recovery. Compost and worm castings contribute beneficial microbes along with slow-release nutrients that improve long-term soil fertility. Mix thoroughly and apply slowly around the root zone. Avoid saturating the soil. Gentle application allows nutrients to become available gradually without overwhelming the plant. Rebuild the underground ecosystem. What makes this method particularly effective is that it nourishes the entire soil community. Beneficial microorganisms begin multiplying again. Fungal networks become active. Organic matter starts breaking down naturally. Gradually, the growing medium transforms from depleted and lifeless into a vibrant environment capable of supporting vigorous plant growth. If compost or worm castings aren't available, other natural alternatives may help. Water infused with banana peels contributes potassium and magnesium that support flowering plants. Rice water provides trace minerals and amino acids that can encourage healthy root development. Within a few weeks, visible improvements often begin appearing. Leaves become greener. Growth becomes stronger. New shoots emerge. The soil itself becomes darker, softer, and more biologically active. Repeated every couple of weeks, this gentle approach can dramatically improve both soil quality and plant health. Because when the soil recovers, the plant often recovers right along with it. Healthy soil truly is the foundation upon which every thriving plant depends. 5. The environmental reset. Recreating conditions. Plants love. Even after repairing roots and improving soil health, one final piece of the recovery puzzle remains: the environment surrounding the plant. A plant may have healthy roots and nutrient-rich soil, but if its surroundings don't match its natural preferences, recovery will be slow and difficult. Light, humidity, airflow, and temperature all play essential roles in determining whether a plant merely survives or truly flourishes. Every species evolved in a specific habitat. The closer you can recreate those conditions indoors, the easier it becomes for the plant to thrive. Optimize lighting conditions. Light serves as a plant's primary source of energy. Without adequate light, photosynthesis slows, growth weakens, and recovery becomes difficult. However, more light isn't always better. Many popular houseplants evolved beneath forest canopies where sunlight arrives filtered through layers of vegetation. Bright indirect light often provides the ideal balance. Harsh midday sun can scorch leaves, causing faded patches and dry brown areas. Insufficient light leads to stretched stems, weak growth, and pale foliage. A simple test can help determine whether lighting is appropriate. Hold your hand above the plant. If the shadow appears soft and diffused, the light is generally suitable. If the shadow looks sharp and intensely dark, the light may be too strong. Homes with limited natural light can benefit greatly from modern LED grow lights. Even 6 to 8 hours of supplemental lighting daily can significantly improve recovery and encourage stronger growth. Increase humidity. Where needed, humidity is another critical factor, especially for tropical species. Plants such as ferns, monsteras, calatheas, and orchids naturally grow in environments where moisture remains present in the air throughout the day. Indoor heating and cooling systems often create conditions that are far drier than these plants prefer. Fortunately, raising humidity can be simple. Place a shallow dish of water nearby. Use pebble trays beneath containers. Group plants together so they naturally create a more humid microclimate. Light morning misting around the plant can also help, though excessive evening moisture should generally be avoided. As humidity improves, foliage often becomes healthier, greener, and less prone to browning around the edges. Maintain consistent temperatures. Plants generally prefer stability. Sudden temperature changes caused by heaters, air conditioners, cold drafts, or open windows can place significant stress on recovering plants. Most indoor species perform best between 65 degrees Fahrenheit and 75 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius to 24 degrees Celsius. Within this range, root activity, leaf development, and overall growth tend to remain strong and consistent. If you've ever moved a struggling plant to a different room and watched it improve almost immediately, The explanation is often environmental rather than mysterious. The new location may simply provide better lighting, more stable temperatures, improved humidity, or healthier airflow. Learn to read your plant's signals. Perhaps the most valuable skill a gardener can develop is observation. Plants communicate constantly through their appearance. Drooping leaves may indicate thirst. Brown tips often suggest dry air. Pale growth may signal insufficient light or nutrient deficiencies. The more closely you observe these patterns, the easier plant care becomes. Instead of guessing, you begin responding to the plant's actual needs. Over time, caring for plants becomes less about following rules and more about understanding living organisms. Take a moment to evaluate the environment surrounding your plant. Adjust lighting if necessary. Improve humidity where appropriate. Provide steady temperatures and gentle airflow. When the environment begins matching the plant's natural habitat, recovery often accelerates dramatically. A healthy plant does more than survive. It fills a room with color, freshness, and life. And when conditions finally feel right, the plant expresses its gratitude through vibrant foliage, vigorous growth, and every beautiful new leaf it produces.